G'day, hi, and welcome from the helm of the Silver Pillar. So, I'm going to try and see if I can do a quick vlog. Take two. See if I'm going to try a quick vlog. I already made the video, but it turned into and this one will probably do the same thing where it'll just turn into video after video after video, but this is a big topic. But I'm going to kind of attack the MGTOW guys again. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Not like attacking them, but, critique, right? And this video is really not for them. It's for people that are thinking about following them, particularly younger men, whatever. And I'm going to address, like women that, I'll address the female side a little bit differently because it is very tricky how you have to navigate YouTube because of the censorship and stuff like that, and the shadow banning and all that. Like my channel, I'm pretty sure is already shadow banned anyway. So my first channel, the Not Reg Me channel, that one got banned, because my topics were really good. That's the thing. Like people really, whether they agreed with me, I mean, I'm sure I had a lot of hate watchers too. you know what I mean? But is what it is. But there's people have to understand, when you do stuff on the internet, you have to have thick skin to do it. Like, if you're one of those people that get stressed out by your comments, don't do this. That tells me a lot about the person. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you're not. Don't throw your hat in the ring if you're not ready to put up your dukes. You know what I mean? So just understand, people are going to just trash talk you just to be mean. That is the internet. Just get over it. You know what I mean? And if you can't handle that, you shouldn't be on the internet, or you're gonna go nuts. And there's a lot of people like that. They just can't handle anything, right? But anyway, so my critique is this. Yes, the MGTOW guys, MGTOW, of course, nobody could say it right? So I just say MGTOW. I know there's no I in there, but I just MGTOW. Fight me, right? They made some really good critiques about society, and they still do, but their conclusions are wrong. And there's a lot of reasons why, it's wrong. And in practice, they don't really practice what they preach. If you follow any MGTOW guy long enough, you got your few guys that have their FU money, and they're like, oh, this is what you could be, this is what you could do, and it's like, that's not realistic. You're selling people snake oil at that point, because the fact of the reality of the matter is, regardless of what people's beliefs are or whatever, most people are going to be working class poor. That's going to be most people. It's not, okay, well, you just got to do this improvement and then, do this strategy. Just buy Bitcoin, you'll be fine, right? And I know a lot of people that have Bitcoin, but they're not rich yet. How come? You know what I mean? Some people are. Some people are. Well, it's just because you're not doing this, you're not looks maxing, you're not gym maxing, no. Meritocracy is not about everybody achieving the same thing. No two people can achieve the same thing in a lifetime. Across the board, everything. You got your Andrew Tates out there just go out and make $30 million. Well, he doesn't say that, but the stuff, the advice he's giving you is to do that. But he knows that most people listening to him are never going to make $30 million, right? So you get people chasing down a road that is unrealistic. Now, some guys might win out and get lucky, sure. I mean, you got, these teenagers crashing supercars because they got lucky, on streaming and stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. But anyway, that's another topic for another time. So the main critique of MGTOW is that the gynocentric system, feminization of society, basically, the radical feminists, they're the other side of the coin to that, right? So they're the other radicals, and the term radical is not thrown as an insult. It's I mean it in literal terms what a radical is. If you look at the definition of a radical, it just, people think radical, they think somebody hysterically crazy, right? that's a form of radical, yes. But radical is, again, going against the grain, doing something different. And the reality is that most true MGTOWs don't even know they're MGTOWs. They don't announce it. They don't spend all their time online. Blah blah blah. MGTOWs are basically just misogynists. You got your misandrists on the other side. You got misogynists on the other side. It's two sides of the same coin. But the thing is what they want to do is get all men to walk away from society. If you're married, leave your wife before she leaves you. If you're a young guy, don't pursue women because they'll just hurt you and they'll just take everything. No woman can ever be trusted. There is no exception to the rules. They could turn on you at any time. Blah blah blah. And some of that stuff is kind of true, sure, but it's not true across the board. And they never ever look at the white pill of things. If you want to use the pill analogy, like the blue pill is like your normie, nothing to see here, no matter what, everything's just fine and everything's just normal, blah, blah, blah. Everything's just a coincidence, blah, blah. You know the type, right? They just never get anything. No matter, you can explain it to them like they're two and they still don't get it. You can show them the irrefutable proof and they will still say, no, well, but it's something else. you know what I mean? Like they just their cognitive dissonance is beyond. They're in NPC mode. You just can't do anything with them. And then you got your red pilled community, which the MGTOW are part of, which they kind of got a good idea of what's going on, and they could spot things in the system and all that, and they're good at that, and making those critiques. And then there's the black pill community, which is like your incels, MGTOW as well, where just nothing, no matter what you do, you're doomed, right? No matter what you do, you're doomed. Like no woman will ever truly love you because of hypergamy, blah, blah. I've heard every MGTOW argument, and the MGTOW thing started in around 2014. And they're like anything. I think the people that kind of they've always existed in society in some form or another. People called them bachelors. They used to just call them bachelors. But this one has a very pointed edge of what it's supposed to be. It has a mission statement, so to speak. And the idea was to just keep your own wealth. Don't work any harder than you have to. Don't prop up the system, which some of that I can obviously agree with. But there's also goes to the point where it's like, just, never help a woman, just never do it, right? Because, you need to let them fall and suffer and blah, blah, blah. And don't worry, I'm going to critique the female side too, so it's just not in this video because there's not enough time. And the other thing is that now this part I do agree with, is that the idea is for better improvement, but I have a problem with it as well. Like they're like, okay, well, go, focus on yourself. This is going to sound a little familiar. This is what I mean. Like it's two sides of the same coin. Focus on yourself. You do you. Work on your own happiness. Work on your own self-improvement and stuff like that. Good advice. Work on your own wealth. They put a lot of emphasis on wealth because that's the key, right? Don't engage with it. Don't work hard, but work on your wealth. Well, I'm going to have to work hard if you want to work on your wealth. And just step out of society. Don't contribute to your communities. Don't do anything like that because let the world burn, right? And the problem with the let the world burn part is, I'll address that probably in the part 2 video, but the let the world burn part is the part we're seeing now. And it's not because of the MGTOW. These guys do believe they have more power in society than they actually do. Very few people know who they are. It's just reality. Like most women have no idea who they are. And most men are not MGTOWs. So the part of personal improvement and all that, I'm all for that, but you have to wait till you get into a bad relationship and have a failed relationship to start improving yourself. Shouldn't you be doing that already? Maybe that's, you know. And the other thing about the MGTOW guys is they seem to be, if you listen to any of the channels, they seem to be very incapable of self-critique. Meaning, you'll always hear, and again, if you follow one long enough, like, you know, people always kind of like out themselves at some point. But if you follow one long enough, what'll end up happening is you'll kind of get to the story of what really happened. Make part two here.